Howdy, fellers. Good Sunday afternoon to you. First of all, forgot all about the old guy's Zoom call because I got wrapped up in some heavy duty auto repair. Well, not really heavy duty, medium to light duty auto repair on the old lady's car. But before I get sidetracked on that fiasco, let me go over what we got going on today. 1508.5 with my Insurgent. Oh, we're getting down there. Oh, we're getting down there. So I got that already whipped up. And today's piece of equipment is going to be my Burrell Top Flight #1. It's a big 5/8, below 6/8, but a little bigger than 5/8. Extra thin hollow ground. If any of you guys don't have New York razors, you got the Robisons, you got the Gencos, you got the Burrells, the cases. I think the Burrell, one of the case daughters married one of the Burrell guys or whatever, but they're all in there in that Ellicottville, that kind of area and all. Excellent razors. They're some of the best that I've got anyway, in my opinion. And of course, whipped up with my Samoga Bore, or Omega Bore, and gonna be the Bore Talco Talc, and the aftershave is gonna be Avon Black Suede. So, yesterday in the journal, I commented that on the way home from my security job down near DC, it's like, I guess, more Rockville area, with my good friends down at the synagogue, noticed a little bit of a noise and vibration in the steering wheel. And coming up the road, I think to myself, well, par for the course. Had a good day. Now, somewhere, something's got to come along and try to ruin my good day. So then the thoughts going through my head, crap, I hope it's not the CV axle. And I had to stop by Home Depot to get a light bulb. Or I actually went to Lowe's, not Home Depot, because that was on the way home, to get a new light bulb for a recessed little hi-hat light that I put in here in the bathroom. And I noticed when I was going in and out and making hard turns, 90-degree turns into this thing, I thought, well, that feels like it. I mean, it might be a universal joint, or a CV axle, or CV joint, or I'm thinking, well, it could be a wheel bearing, but it didn't really sound or feel like a wheel bearing. And I'm thinking, well, the easiest, if I'm quote unquote lucky, if there is a lucky in that equation, the easiest would be the tire got a blister in it or some sort of delamination or something going on. So couldn't see anything and didn't feel anything. I guess I didn't stop at the right spot where I could feel. I felt around on both front tires in the Lowe's parking lot, and no joy. But then when I got home and I parked, I felt around, and there it was, about 6 inches by 2 inches on right at the corner of the tread on the right front tire. Big old knot, big old bubble. So the tire was no bueno. So come in the house, inform the missus that her car's not doing too good tire wise, and of course she immediately calls into question my diagnosis. To wit, I say, get on up off the couch and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So in very short order, she is made to see that my expert opinion was correct, and that we were going to need a new tire. So proceed to call around a few of my contacts, round up what I think is a fair price on a tire. Well, it was really too late yesterday to really worry about doing that or do that, so I planned on doing it today. So then I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do my mowing, and then the only thing I'll have to do on Sunday, pop that wheel off there, tire off there, take it on up, get the tire swapped out and put it back on. And then I'll be camped out on the couch or doing whatever I want to do. Fast forward to today. Pop the wheel off there. Throw it in the back of the pickup truck, head on up, get the tire changed. They tell me it's going to be an hour wait for them to swap the tire out. Now, mind you, this is with the wheel off the car. So ready to throw in the tire machine and, swap it out. So then the young girl proceeds to start to explain to me the complicated procedure that is changing a tire. To wit, I explained to her that I'm fully aware of how a tire machine works, having operated them extensively, probably before she was ever even a living being on this planet, maybe even decades before she was a living being on this planet, and that were it not for probably insurance regulations, I could go out and probably teach her how to run it if she would like. And it wouldn't take no damn hour. But she didn't want to hear that. And I didn't. I mean, I wasn't ignorant about it, but I just said, if you let me use the machine, I could do it for you and save one of your quote unquote technicians the hassle of doing it. And I could be in and out of here in about 10 minutes tops. And that's taking my time. It's one tire, people. So I had to leave it there. To wit, gave me enough time to go over to my old part-time job at Advance, because what I left out previously was here, upon removing a tire, one of the lug nuts snapped off, or studs, one of the wheel studs. So now, on top of getting the tire changed, now I gotta dick around with putting a new stud on. So I go over and see all my old compadres. Over at Advance Auto Parts. And informed them that they all looked much better than when I worked with them now, because they're wearing masks and all. And then caught up with everything going on in their world. Turned down their offers to rehire me. Don't like working so many hours. And get a new wheel stud and a new lug nut. And I get a phone call while I'm talking with them from the aforementioned young lady, informing me that my tire had been changed and it was ready to be picked up. So head on back and get that. Get back to the house. Now, of course, it's high noon and good and hot and humid.
thunderstorm kind of weather here in Maryland. So upper 80s, high humidity. Dew point around, I don't know, like 70, 75 degrees or some damn thing. So good and hot, just the kind of weather I like to be out in and dicking around with a car. So I carry on and then proceed to remove the brake caliper and brake caliper bracket. Then have to dick around for 15 or 20 minutes, banging on the disc to get it to pop loose from the wheel hub assembly, because it's rusted itself together because the car's 10-year-old and I haven't taken the rotors off of it. Changed the brake pads. Never had a need to change or remove the rotors. Get the rotors off so I can get access to pounding the broken stud out. And then some engineer, little Korean guy, because it's a Hyundai, so it's a Korean car, decided they needed to have a little shield, little piece of tin in the way, preventing you from driving out what's left of a broken stud and driving in a new stud. So, not feeling like removing the hub from the CV axle and out of the wheel bearing and steering knuckle, I modified it. So there is now a nice, I don't know, 1.5 slot cut out of said piece of tin. That makes it possible to remove a wheel stud from the spindle without removing the spindle from the axle and bearing. So I took pictures to send to Korea to show them how it should have been made in the first place. I got a response back, but I can't read Korean, so I don't know whether it was a thank you or whether it was a F you, I don't know. Generally, they're polite people, I understand. Never been to Korea. I have to talk to my son-in-law. He just got back from Korea. And, maybe he knows somebody over there that I can call. So, get the old stud out, the new stud in, put the brake caliper, put the rotor, of course, back on. Brake caliper back on. Wheel back on. Get all my tools put away. Come on in the house to find my daughter-in-law had come to visit. I mean, I knew that was going to happen. That was happening. But my daughter-in-law was there. And my son-in-law showed up. He got done work and stopped by the house. And my grandson, and they're all relaxing, sitting on the couch in the love seat, and soaking up the air conditioning. Just having a nice, relaxing Sunday afternoon. At no time did anyone come out to see whether or not I keeled over from heat exhaustion or offered me a cold drink. Because the old guy wrenching on the car out in the parking lot is much less interesting than a baby burping and puking and peeing and pooping in his pants. So I see where I rate. below the little munchkin that fills up his drawers. And everybody thinks it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So, my wife did thank me for working on the car and getting it ready for her to, you know, jump in it and do whatever she wants to do whenever she wants to do it. So, car is fixed. Yay. So while you guys were yucking it up on the old guy Zoom call, I was out improving the design on a vehicle, replacing critically important parts, installing a new tire, you know, generally solving the world's problems. And I guess you guys were probably, you know, solving the world's problems remotely in the safety and comfort of your homes. So I hope you had a good time. Sorry I missed it. I'll have to catch the next one. All right. So I don't do the 3-pass thing, as you guys already know. 2 passes is acceptable for me. I guess I'll never be dolphin smooth. I've never got to touch a dolphin. I hear there was something on something online somewhere, or something about women that are having their friends visiting them shouldn't swim with male dolphins. Don't know what that's all about. But I'm guessing they're smooth, supposedly. It makes them go through the water quicker. Now, I have felt shark skin before, and that kind of has a direction to it, where one way it feels smooth and the other way it feels rough, and all. And they actually make the palms of really high-end motorcycle gloves for road racing and all have stingray in the palms and all, because it's got grippy and it's strong and it's thin and it's lightweight and all. So that's stingray. I don't know. I don't know whether you'd be allowed to wear dolphin gloves or not. I don't know. And I don't know whether it would hold up if you had a crash or something. So anyway, I'm rambling now. Alrighty. So things good to go. And once again, like I said, if you guys don't have a New York straight and you like to shave with straights, you ought to start looking at them. The right ones can be had for fair prices, and they do the business. So, doing my little thing here, get ready to do the powder dance. Well, I feel like 1,000,000 pesos, or as Nurse Dave says, that translates, I believe, into somewhere around 47,000 American dollars or something. So, 1,000,000 pesos sounds better. It's kind of like that guy, you know, that he has, he has a bunch of $1 bills in his wallet instead of like 20s and 5s and 10s, because he wants to look like he's got a lot of money, but they're all ones, you know. So, I did it. I jumped the gun. Holy crap. I jumped the gun on the aftershave. Now, I don't know what the rules are, whether I can apply aftershave now that I've already applied the talc. What to do? Well, I'm going to go with it. I'm gonna do aftershave over talc. This may be a major faux pas, I don't know. If it is, I'll hear about it. I'll get all kind of alerts. You can't do that. You can't park that animal here. Bonus for those of you that know what movie that came from. So, generous application of the black suede over top of talc, which I guess I could go back and reapply the talc, or would that clog my pores? I'm just going to go with it the way that it is. Well, I guess you could say this was a half-ass shave. So, anywho, hope you guys had a good day and are ready for Monday. We're back to normal at my work, so my Monday is going to be the usual, hearing all the stories about what everybody got into over the weekend. And there's a few people that Monday is almost like their first day of work because they retain nothing. So every day is like a new day, but especially a Monday. So they forget where everything's at. They can't find their gloves. They lost their keys to their truck. They lost their time card. Their boots got chewed up by their dog. Any one of a million stories happens on Monday morning where I work at. So, that's that. I shall see you guys on the message forums, and very much enjoyed watching everybody's videos here lately. I stayed out of the one that Barbara Dave got going on there. I could see that one coming from a mile away. There was agitation, I guess would be the word that I would use. Some people were getting agitated. Don't take it personal, people. I think we really all got to have a little bit of a reset here and get back to the way things used to be, where if somebody said or did something that you weren't happy with, I mean, unless it was really personal or really just focused right on you, don't you remember, I do, when somebody would say, I don't like that. I don't like that hat that you're wearing. And your response, if you were wanting to be nice, if you didn't want to use profanity, you would just say, well, that's your problem, and walk away. If you did that now to somebody, I don't know what would happen. The thought police or somebody would come and correct you that you can't say stuff like that. But actually you can. And I think it short circuits everything. That's your problem. That's my little tip of the day. Somebody has a problem with something you're doing. If it's something that's not really, a big deal, you just come back with, that's your problem. Have a nice day. And walk away from them. That's what I do. Have a good one.